One of these two YouTubers went from a UK top 5 hit single to unemployed after 400 job applications. The other quietly disappeared from the internet for years and came back as a completely different person. They lived together, they started a band together, and their two channels tell almost opposite stories about what happens after YouTube fame ends. This is what actually happened to Charlieissocoollike and Nerimon. Let's start at the beginning. Charlie McDonnell, or Charlieissocoollike, registered the channel on the 3rd of April 2007 and started posting vlogs from his bedroom to basically nobody. That changed when one of Charlie's early videos, How to Get Featured on YouTube, was featured on the UK homepage.
Now many people will tell you that there isn't any way to get featured, and they're probably right.
And the subscribers started rolling in, going from just 150 to over 4,000 in 2 days. Within a year, the channel had passed over 100,000 subscribers. Alex Day, or Nerimon, joined YouTube a year earlier on the 4th of August 2006. His content ranged from comedy vlogs to travel videos to a long-running series called Alex Reads Twilight, where he read and mocked the Twilight novels for over 15 million views. Not bad for reading some books. By 2008, both channels were genuinely taking off.
Hello.
Charlie's videos lean into British humour, like how to make a cup of tea or how to be English, whilst Alex was building an audience of 10,000 and starting to focus more on his music. That same year, the two of them founded a band together called Chameleon Circuit.
This is Chameleon Circuit.
Along with a couple of other creators. It was built entirely around one theme, Doctor Who. They released 2 albums over the following years. For a few years, both of them were riding as high as British YouTube got. Charlie hit a huge milestone in 2011, becoming the first Brit ever to reach 1 million subscribers. Just 2 years later, in May 2013, he crossed 2 million, and by that point was reportedly earning more than their own parents. Alex, meanwhile, was having his own moment as a musician. His 2011 Christmas single, Forever Yours, hit number 4 on the UK single charts, after selling over 50,000 copies in a week, all with zero record label involvement. At the time, that was the highest chart position ever achieved by an unsigned artist. He followed it up in 2012 with Lady Godiva, which charted at number 15, and then released 3 more singles in a single month that combined sold nearly 150,000 copies. By June 2014, Alex had passed 1 million subscribers of his own, with over 100 million total views on his channel. Both of them were, by any measure, at the top of British YouTube. Then, within the same few months, both of their lives went in completely different directions. One toward burnout and quiet withdrawal, the other towards a public scandal that would follow him for the next decade. Charlie's shift happened first, and it was quieter. Around 2013, Charlie started saying in videos that they felt much happier not being on camera.
I am not here to entertain you today. I don't have the capacity to do that right now. I am here as one regular human being to another because I'm not happy right now.
The burnout was real, and rather than pushing through it, Charlie started stepping back. Fewer uploads, longer gaps, occasional updates instead of a regular schedule. In 2017, he moved to Toronto to work at a production company called Newform, and by 2019, he'd announced on Twitter that he was leaving YouTube entirely to focus on screenwriting. The channel went dark, no new videos, no new updates, for years. If you'd asked in 2020 what happened to Charlieissocoollike, the honest answer was, nobody really knew. Alex's turn was the opposite of quiet. On March 14th, 2014, an anonymous Tumblr post accused Alex of coercing a woman into sex. Over the following days, several more people came forward with similar allegations, that Alex had emotionally manipulated them into sexual relationships. Alex responded by admitting to engaging in manipulative relationships with several women, saying that the model of consent he'd followed was that only no meant no, something he acknowledged was wrong. His explanation didn't land the way he hoped. He lost an average of over 10,000 subscribers a month in the aftermath. No police charges were ever brought, and he was never formally questioned, but in the court of YouTube, the verdict was already in. He disappeared for 7 months. When he came back in October 2014 with a video titled The Past, he apologised, saying he didn't realise at the time that women felt pressured. It was almost universally seen as too little, too late. Around the same time, Charlie, his own bandmate and former housemate, publicly cut ties, saying he could no longer call Alex a friend. 2 of British YouTube's most known content creators, 2 completely different reasons to disappear from public life. For the next several years, both of them existed in very different kinds of obscurity. Alex kept trying to rebuild, a new album, Nowhere Left to Hide, in 2015, more singles after that, but his numbers kept shrinking. He eventually made most of his content private and ran a Patreon for the fans who stuck around. He offered unlisted videos and extra content. In 2018, he published a book about the whole saga called Living and Dying on the Internet, which reignited backlash rather than closing the chapter. But it's what he was doing offline that's most interesting. According to his own website, 2 Buddhist retreats in 2014 and 15, 3 months travelling Europe, moving onto a narrowboat with his girlfriend in 2017, and then starting university part-time in 2018, before switching paths entirely in 2019 to train as a software developer. Charlie, meanwhile, was building a completely different life in Canada, working in TV production, mostly off camera, mostly out of the public eye. Neither of them was posting, both of them were quietly becoming different people. Both of their comebacks, if you can call them that, happened in ways nobody expected. In 2020, Alex landed his first full-time job as a junior software developer. By 2024, he'd worked his way up to a senior front-end developer role. And in 2025, he graduated university with a first-class degree. Meanwhile, in 2023, Charlie posted a new video after years of silence and revealed that she is a transgender woman.
Hello. I will now address the elephant in the room. I got bangs. I mean, no, I'm a woman now. Surprise!
With she/they pronouns. All of her Charlieissocoollike videos were made private on the same day, and since then, she spent time streaming on Twitch, and more recently launched a podcast called What's All This Then? With fellow creator Libby Watson. She also now goes by the name Charlotte McDonnell. One of them came back to reintroduce herself, the other came back to a completely different career, but 2025 wasn't kind to Alex on both fronts. Shortly after hitting that senior developer milestone, Alex was made redundant. His LinkedIn cites that it was due to market reasons. Around the same time, roughly 10 months ago, he closed his Patreon with no warning and no message to the fans who'd supported him for years. Some users on the Alex Day subreddit have speculated that the Patreon income might have complicated his job seeker's allowance claim, so that's speculation and unconfirmed. As of now, Alex is currently living in Bath and he's still unemployed. According to his own LinkedIn, 11 months and counting. Over 400 applications sent, and a recent post admitting he doesn't have much left in terms of savings. Charlotte, meanwhile, is still in Canada, still podcasting with regular episodes uploaded to the What's All This Then YouTube channel. 2 people who started on the same bedroom vlogger scene, formed a band together and ended up on completely different paths, one rebuilding quietly out of the spotlight, the other still trying to find solid ground. If you want to know what happened to more of your favourite early YouTubers, there's another video just like this one coming soon. Subscribe so you don't miss it.
Which makes you like cool.